What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Shoot or Shoot, where 100% of the shots you do not take, you will miss. Life lesson. So shoot that thing. Today, welcome to episode 6 of Shoot or Shoot podcast. I want to talk about the recent happenings with Colorado football team, Deion Sanders, players hitting the portal, players coming in, comments and all that good stuff that's been going on. I want to start with saying when Deion left, when Deion got to Jackson State, I was all in. I was all in. We come in, all that good stuff, and it was an exciting time for football, exciting time for athletes, exciting time for black men in the sport. That seemingly that's the sport that black man would run anyways as far as talent level and the amount of players. But college football got a little jolt. We started talking about something other than Alabama, other than Clemson and all the powerhouses, LSU and all that good stuff. We started talking about Colorado. We haven't talked about them, I don't think, since Rashawn Salaam, Cordell Stewart. So you already know how long ago that was. But even when he left for Colorado, I didn't like it at first. Who am I to like? Who am I to like or not like anything? Who am I? But this is my personal opinion. I was hoping he would build something there at Jackson State, man, HBCU. He did not. Well, he did build something. He got a new field there. He got some new facilities and all that good stuff, and he left. So be it. So I still am for him. I still, root for his success. I tuned in every game last year like everybody else. With that being said, he has players that left, that hit the portal and left, went to other schools, not rival schools, just other schools, some smaller, some maybe along the same lines of Colorado. And they were asked why they left, and they responded, and I guess it came off in a negative way to Deion, so he responds to these tweets from these players. Like I don't understand. You're coaching at a Power 5 school. Granted, the school has not been good. It was 4-8 last year, I believe. But you're coaching at a Power 5 school, major program, all the eyes on you and your program to this year, let's be honest, to fail or to do exceptionally well. You have all the stars on the sideline. You have all this publicity. You're tweeting, your Instagram followers are skyrocketing for you and your son. And I understand you taking up for your son. You're coming up with some crazy said about your son, take up for your son. I don't have children, I have a son or a daughter, and I think I would do the same thing. But at some point, you don't have to, as my mother used to say, everything that is said to or about you does not need a response. It does not need a response. So I think one of the players tweeted why he didn't want to, he left, and I think his friend at the school that he transferred to kind of backed him up. Deion puts out a tweet like, Lord have mercy, and he lists down the man's stats for the last 3 years. That doesn't look good for optics of the college world, the people wanting you to fail. They're calling you, let's be honest, a buffoon, which he is totally not. A very intelligent person. He knows how to garner, attract people, attract publicity, attract the cameras to himself. But you have these people out here wanting you to do exactly what you're doing in terms of you're addressing these people. That doesn't look well for players coming in that maybe want to leave, and then you clown them for leaving. Once he tweeted in response to, well, my son's going to into the top 5. What is your son doing? That is something kids do, you know. Well, I know you are, but what am I type stuff? And I didn't say much about it, but I read it and I saw it. I'm like, come on, Deion, you gotta respond to that. He's had over 61% of the people who came in last year are gone. And a lot of it's due because of the favoritism to his son, both his sons, and Travis Hunter. And Deion, he's putting it out in front of you. He seems like he's all about his son, Travis, well, his 2 sons and Travis. That's all he mentions. He puts them all on Instagram and things like that. And he seems to, from the outside looking in, it don't care. I don't care about your son. Thanks for fill my roster. We'll talk about it later. And coaches, these kids, these players need someone that, if you don't care, act like you care. I'll be a fool to think these schools and these coaches care. The Nick Sabans, the Dabo Sweeneys, the Harbaughs. I'm not going to say they don't care because I don't 100% know, but I know it's the bottom line. They want a product. They want a good team on the field, and compassion is the last thing on their list. They have a job to do just like everybody else. They get fired, they get hired, they get criticized just like everybody else. And compassion is probably the last thing on their list. So at some point, when these players leave and they tweet something or something negative about the program, you didn't have to acknowledge them. I hope you do well. Just don't acknowledge them. If you want your son to be a top 5 pick, which he might be, there's this old saying, I'm pretty sure schools still say it. I haven't been around college football in a while, or high school, but let your past do the talking. Let your past do the talking. So when you're up there and you're 3-0, you're 4-0, you're 5-0, maybe 7-1, you're looking like you're in the top 10. Let that be your boast. But again, that's not Deion, and I understand that. And that's why a lot of people love him, because he's not that way. He's not going to give you the politically correct response that Nick Saban will. So, and I'm not comparing him to them, because I know they try to compare black coaches to, well, Nick Saban wouldn't do that, or Dabo Sweeney wouldn't do that, or Mac Brown wouldn't do that. Who cares about all that? That we're not on that level of those players in a lot of ways. So I like coaches that do things their way, and I'm 100% behind Deion. But at some point, I'll go back to what my mother said and what I said earlier. Everything that is said to or about you does not need a response. Pretty simple. I appreciate you guys joining me again. And I'd say before all that, I'm behind Deion. I'm for Colorado this year. I'm pushing for him. I'm going to pay attention to him. I bought into the hype. I'm not hoping he fails. I'm hoping he succeeds. I'm hoping he takes the college world by storm. But at some point, what does it cost? Until next time, guys, I appreciate you joining me in this episode 6 of Shoot or Shoot. I'll see you next time. Let's watch some college football when it comes on.